The weather conditions came good again for the technical events. We'll take a look back now at the women's giant slalom. And this was one of the most unfortunate stories of the World Championships, the story of Sonja Neff of Switzerland, a rising star of the Swiss team, troubled for several years now by a recurring knee injury, which has forced her under the surgeon's knife on 5 occasions. There was no sign of any injury, though, when Sonja Neff made her first attempt on the women's giant slalom course. She was far and away the quickest skier on the hill. It was a hill that was suited perhaps to the lighter, more technical skiers, and Sonja Neff showed just why. The second run, of course, was a completely different course in very different conditions. But in the first run, Neff was quicker than anybody. Wearing bib number 1, she had time number 1 in run number 1. No one got close to that. Martina Ertl went on to win the giant slalom title last year, and she almost came from nowhere to win the World Championship title. In 14th position after the first run, the attacking German put her foot down and went hell for leather. Ertl, really a specialist when she comes from behind. She loves to really attack, and she knew that having had a very disappointing first run, there was only one thing to do in the second leg, and that was to go as fast as she knew how. It was an absolutely breathtaking run from Ertl, and it reminded me of the run she put down in the Olympic giant slalom in Lillehammer. A really exciting skier to watch, Martina Ertl. The German squad at the beginning of this season is much the worse for her injury-enforced absence. Look at that time, 2.39 quicker than anybody else in the second run. It was a long and tense wait for Martina Ertl. But amazingly, she watched 9 skiers come down, and she was still in gold medal position. That was until the Olympic champion, Deborah Compagnoni, had her second run. Compagnoni, often on the World Cup, guilty of making mistakes in the second run. But the Italian team, boosted already by the gold from Isola Costner in the women's Super G and the silver from Christian Gadina in the men's downhill, and also on a huge high with all the publicity and expectation surrounding Alberto Tomba's quest to win his first World Championship title. Compagnoni was on unbelievable form. Ertl couldn't believe she'd come this far holding on to the lead, but if anyone was to take it away from her, it was the Italian, Deborah Compagnoni, into the lead. One further skier who had had an excellent season, really rising to the top flight of alpine skiing, the youngster, Karen Roten of Switzerland. Roten came into the second run with a narrow advantage over Compagnoni, just 0.05 of a second. The second course, which had been laid out on the Sierra Nevada mountainside, was perhaps far more suited to the heavier built skiers, and Roten is a waif-like thing. 2:10.74 was her target, and Compagnoni watched and breathed a huge sigh of relief as Roten skied outside that into, at that stage, silver medal position. But there was one skier to come, Sonia Neff, quickest after the first run. And look at the advantage she came into this second run with. Well over a second. All she really had to do was stay on her feet, but she didn't. Everybody felt so sorry for Sonia Neff to come so close and to waste a golden opportunity to take a gold medal. But the celebrations went the way of the Italians as Deborah Compagnoni mounted the highest step of the podium. Karen Roten took an excellent silver and Martina Ertl a scarcely credible bronze. Compagnoni, world champion,